Good morning, Erin. Pisces. November 4th. Alright. This is for my Pisces for the month of November. Some action steps. I'm just getting my crap together, so just give me a minute here. Where am I? Oh, right there. Once I get everything organized, I figure it takes a few minutes for people to come in anyway, so take a moment, get my crap together. So I'm probably going to get a couple of lives in today, so I can get some done. Because I have my content, my Fire and Flow content coming too all this month, so I really want to make sure I'm focused on that. Welcome, Elizabeth. So we're taking our time, figuring out, learning how to get my posts scheduled and on time. It's a whole thing, but once you get started, you're good to go. So, bear with me a minute here while I get my important ones out. I did those ones, and I want these ones. Alright. So, let me start with gratitude for my Pisces for the month of November. Something to focus on. Keep good company. Read good books. Love good things. And cultivate soul and body as faithfully as you can. Take 10 minutes out of your day to read. 10 minutes a day, just doing something new, just allowing yourself to sit quietly, read, and let your imagination flow. Allows you to imagine where you want to be. Think of all the things that you actually want to do, which can get really interesting really quick. Welcome, PKS and Chris Mom. Welcome. Okay, for my Pisces, can I have a self-care? Lisa, welcome. Sorry, I'm blind. Sometimes I cannot see very well. That came out really quickly. We have a reflection. I made it up here on this bridge between starshine and clay. My one hand holding tight, my other hand, come celebrate with me that every day something has tried to kill me and has failed. Usman, Kevin, Antoine, Discode, welcome. Recall your nearest to death experience. What a miracle that we continue through these times. And if you think about it, I can tell you time and time again how many times I should have been dead and I'm still here, and there's a reason for it. So when you understand that every single day you wake up is an absolute miracle, you start to think of things differently. You start to see life differently, and you start to be grateful for the small things. And when we take that moment to show up for ourselves and be grateful, we absolutely allow ourselves the peace, the joy. We teach our inner child how to say, we can do this. You know, we become the adult that we needed as a kid, and that's really hard to do sometimes. Welcome, Val. All right, can I have a Beyond Lemuria, something good for my Pisces for the month of November? Something to help them focus, give them questions to ask themselves, just to get to know themselves deeper. I had a feeling that I knew that one was going to come out. This is a good one. I just knew. Each sign always tends to have a theme, and it's really a good one. I'm going to show you as soon as I pull up the card. Okay. And I love this deck. Like, look at the artwork. The creator of this deck did all the paintings, all the artwork, and the words. Like, this is a phenomenal, one of my most favorite decks. Heart-based presence, grounding, finding home within yourself wherever you are. The body is a temple for the soul. Travel, finding family wherever you go. Occupying yourself, connecting to your unwavering infinite depths and the collective oneness. Welcome, Sam and Adam. This painting has journeyed with me under my arm for many nomadic excursions. It is a serendipitous reminder to find my way back to the heart within my divine inner universe. Reveling in the outer exploration of this magnificent earth has often left me unrooted and ungrounded, and this provoked my curiosity for what home feels like. The notion of home as where the heart is unraveled and reshaped as I realized it is any place where the vibration and resonance are clearly aligned with you. Your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. However, your environment, the place, and the people also affects your energy. The title of this painting is Home, also known as a heart-shaped portal outside of the matrix. Our way home to oneness and the truest part of our infinite selves is to know ourselves beyond the socialized matrix of mind-constructed reality. Deep heart-based presence is a direct portal home. What does home feel like to you? Do you feel at home in your body? Does it feel like a safe space to rest your soul? Are there unloved parts of yourself? Do you ever really feel quite right? What is your relationship with your body? Not being fully in our bodies is referred to as being ungrounded or uncentered. When our thoughts are a few steps ahead or behind, so follows our consciousness. When all sense of flighty survival drops away, a deep sigh radiates from the safe space within. You hold the environment, the platform, where you ground dreams into realities. When you come home to this place, you will know a blissful presence and a warm inner glow of unconditional love. Wherever you go, you will feel a sense of home, and whoever you encounter, you will meet as family. And the meaning of this card invites you to align with your temple space. Consider all the amazing things in your body does and how you effortlessly, that was a hard one to get out, sorry, how you effortlessly move through reality. Become aware of the many gifts that come from a deep sense of truly occupying yourself. Often, very intuitive souls exist within the upper chakras and may struggle with the density of humaning. You may not feel like you are from here, but as though you are more accustomed to navigating a world with different parameters. At this time on earth, it is a blessing to have the vessel of a body. It is an opportunity to make a difference, so celebrate it. You have dreams and visions and may yearn to float around in a more etheric realms, but it is when we are fully grounded and present in our bodies that we can actualize these ideas and make a difference. Be grounded, find your home. Just as like a tree, the deeper our roots, the higher we can reach up into the heavens. And it's so true. Once you realize you can come back to yourself and you find that space in yourself where you feel safe. You're out of fight or flight. You're out of survival mode. You absolutely allow yourself the space where you can dream, where you can say, I really want to do this. Okay, and what's my next grounded action step to get there? That's why I always speak about self-love. I am in gratitude, and that doesn't mean anger doesn't exist, and that's actually what a lot of my content this month is based on, how to transmute that into your greatness, and then also understanding that everyone talks about manifestation through happy joy, the place of peace, but anger, fear, rage, all those things, they're spaces to manifest too. And as long as we can use it and sit with that rage and not feel bad for it and understand and validate it, we allow ourselves that space. So it's really super important to understand that and sit with our emotions for a moment. Don't get stuck in it. Understand it and take what it takes, because healing is not linear. So when we go through that space in time, we have to understand that as long as we can come back to that place of peace. Sorry guys, we don't welcome princess. As long as we can come back to that place of peace, we allow ourselves back to that center, and from there we can make better decisions. When we make decisions from survival mode, from all of these other things, what we're doing is taking ourselves out of that space of peace, and we're giving ourselves life and death decisions. So survival mode means I need this so I stay alive. So your thought process when you make a decision, yeah, it may get you out of that for a moment, but it's not gonna allow you the space to make a clear decision that can actually benefit you and your highest best good. So we need to make space for that. Sorry, I'm not ever going to say welcome to that. Sorry. You're welcome here, but I'm not going to repeat your screen name. I don't turn anybody away, but at the same time, I'm not going to repeat what your name is. So take that how you will. Can I have a work your light for my Pisces for the month of November, please? And thank you. Welcome, Irina. The initiation. Yes, I had a feeling. I had a feeling. Rite of passage. Crossing the threshold. That's good for my Pisces. Where am I? Let's go T. Come on now. The initiation. Page 68. Holy hell, I had to stick on that for a minute. Maybe you should look at that angel number 68. That could be very helpful. Welcome, Chenko and Stalkin. All right. The initiation, rite of passage, and crossing the threshold. Some of the most sacred initiation chambers and the temples look scary from the outside, but are breathtakingly beautiful on the inside. This represents the journey that the soul pilgrim is required to take to reach somewhere sacred. But only the initiated can enter. Perhaps that's where you are right now. You're being tested, initiated, because you are headed somewhere sacred. Initiations require that we cross the threshold from one world or state of being to the next. We are called to face what scares us and have to be willing to lose it all in order to gain a new way of being, of safety, of security, of depth, of meaning. Initiations, like rites of passage, mark the shift from one age to the next, and can take place because of emotional turmoil, great loss, grief, or devastation. But it is through the seeming hardship that our heart cracks open and our spirit is invested to step forward. We take the sacred voyage into more of who we are and who we came here to be. It can be painful and scary, but once we begin the journey, we can be more ourselves than ever before. If you are in the middle of initiation right now, you will get through it, and one day soon you will bless the thing that broke you down and cracked you open, because the world needs you open. You are going somewhere sacred. It will be worth it, and you're closer than you think. And it's true. Welcome, seasoned nurse, and Guy, and Momar. Sometimes you feel like when you aren't getting it, and what happens is the universe tries to lead you slowly, gently, to what you need to see. And some of us are very stubborn because of programming, because we don't know, because we don't understand. There's many reasons. It's not just one simple reason, but they try to lead us there gently, gently, gently. And then when we're not listening, it gets not so gently, not so gently. And it keeps going and going and going until towers start falling. And when the towers start falling, that's when shit hits the fan and we have to figure it out. But again, once you actually take the moment and start figuring it out, that's when the universe starts showing up for you. And they show up for you in ways that you can't even begin to imagine. So, Exo Shiku, welcome. All right, can I have a Starseed Oracle for my Pisces for the month of November? That's the one. All paths lead home. Yeah, I had a feeling There's always a theme, and they never disappoint. Your whole thing is to come back to center. No matter where you go, know and understand how to come back to your center. Because when you can do that, you allow yourself the space, and from there, you're safe. You can calm your nervous system, you can dream, you can plant seeds, you can do all the things that you need to do to move forward. Inner authority, intuition, and turn your gaze within. That's just like the home card, and the gratitude is all about coming back to center. It's all about, you want to understand what God's saying to you, you want to understand what the universe is saying to you, you need to go inward. Okay, let's look within. How can you hear God if you don't know your own voice? How can you hear the universe, watch and see and understand what they're trying to say to you if you don't even know your own voice? So it's all about leading home. Welcome, Tina Marie. All right. It's normal to look at the external world for answers and guidance. What's revolutionary is turning your gaze inward. You're being called to source your guidance from within, to study the terrain of your inner landscape, to develop a reliable relationship with your soul. The more time you spend connecting with your soul, the deeper the connection will become. The challenge for empaths is staying connected without cutting off from the world. The best way to do this is to develop a daily practice that helps you to keep checking in, to draw on the wisdom within and let that be the authority in your life. If this card appears, you may be called to develop or switch up your spiritual practice, to get in the habit of turning your gaze within, getting centered for the day before consuming anything from the outside world, to start from a feeling of at-homeness and throughout the day to find simple ways to keep coming home. This doesn't mean switching off from the realities of today's world. We need as many conscious people as possible living with their eyes wide open. Rather, it's a call to start your day from a place of connectedness, grace, and devotion. So when you go out into the world, and when you let the world in, you do it from an unshakable state of being, a state where you draw your strength, authority, and guidance from a place deep, deep within. How are you being called to turn your gaze within? When we're in survival mode and we're stuck in this programming and we're hearing all the negativity just literally pummeled into our brains and our ears all day long, the sounds, the outdoor sounds, traffic, all these things, it really can make you feel ungrounded, disoriented. It does a lot of things to make things harder. So take those moments, and even if it's for 5 minutes, that's why I talk about my teas. And if you want to go check them out, it's at creativelyguided.ca. I have all kinds of teas, and they come with rituals. You sit, and it allows you to be present and grateful. Welcome, ex-home? I don't know what that is, but welcome. It gives you a moment to be grateful and to just sit with yourself and find things that bring you home and bring you to that place of peace, of safety, and security. And when you find that and you get to that, you are absolutely killing it. Because from there, all of your decisions are much more heart-based. I shouldn't say just heart-based. They're mind-heart cohesive. So they're working together. So your end result is going to be much better for you and for everyone around you. So can I have a creativity oracle for my Pisces timing? Ooh, I like it. If you are in the creative flow, you feel everything flowing together in divine order. And then there's always an extra number here, 73, which always look up because it's extra. Find that place of peace. And that's when timing kicks in. When you get there, that's when you dream out and you dream big and you dream about all the things that bring you more peace and more joy. And then you allow the universe to bring it in once you can let it go. 73, let's see. Oh, pardon me. Wrong way. I was looking at the wrong number. 72. 73. Alright, I'm going to hold this side up because it's beautiful. The timing card is an indication that problems you are that the problems you're experiencing are predictable results of there being either too much or too little focus on the timing of some aspect of the matter in question. It can sometimes indicate that you or someone else associated with the matter lacks confidence that everything is flowing together in divine order. If you believe in yourself and in the quality of your work and are staying true to the principles of being a magic maker, then all things should soon be coming together organically without you having to force them or spend your time worrying when they will come. Sometimes when you take action is as important as the action itself. As French author Victor Hugo said, all the forces in the world are not so powerful as an idea whose time has come. I really like this one. These are one of my favorite decks. The artwork are I'm big on art, apparently. Welcome, sweetheart. Welcome. All right, we got 2 more. And if you are looking and you've missed the live and you want to watch the replay, you can go to my YouTube, which I believe is Creatively Guided. I always post the replays on here, so then you can pick it up if you miss your sign. I'm going to do at least 1 more today, maybe 2. We'll see how the day goes. Because I'm still posting my content about rage. Every month there'll be a new theme content, not just the action steps, but the themed content. Rage is a healer too, overcoming fear, transmutation, things like that. So I'll post them to my Facebook and on my socials, and then there's kind of one day, the next day will be like some reflection questions to go over, and then if it's something that intrigues you, on the 3rd day I will be doing a live and more footnotes, more diving deeper into it and how it makes sense and how to actionably move it forward, okay? Because it's not always just, everyone says do this, do that, but if you don't know how to take those action steps or how to make them useful in your life, simple things that can be done, then it's like giving you a blueprint for something you've never seen before. It's so much harder to do. So welcome, Kayla. So when I say those things, I'm just saying the 2 days give you the idea whether it's something that intrigues you, something you're interested in, something you'd like to learn how to do, and then when you do that, you allow yourself come to the live. And if you miss the live, you can go on my YouTube at Creatively Guided and always follow along. I'll try and post the links, and also I'll post them on my website at creativelyguided.ca. By the end of this month, I'll have that portion set up, so you can always go back, and if there's a specific one on the content that you missed, it will be posted there, and you can just click it right on the website. So, welcome, Leslie. Okay, can I have a Moonology card for my Pisces for the month of November? Something to give them some inspiration. We already know they're coming back to home. That's their goal, is to find that center space. And we got bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. And that's what happens when we're coming back to home. It's not, sometimes it's easier to show love for other people than it is for ourselves. So really the most important thing we can do is when we come back to that center, come back to ourselves, to make sure we're bringing love into the equation for ourselves, our own selves. And then we can move forward and it just will overflow into others, helping them. Give me 1 sec. New moon in Aquarius. Where are you at? There it is, 62. All right. Aquarius is all about progress and modernity. Oh my Jesus. So this is the time to move forward. The new moon in Aquarius card means no looking back. Change is on its way, and it could come quickly. Whether you get the change you want depends both on whether you believe you can have it and how much you're relying on others to bring it to you. This card comes with the suggestion that you may need to do things independently, on your own, but be loving, not too pragmatic. Time may be of the essence when this card comes up. Aquarius energy has an electric feel to it. Certainly, there's a sense that you need to let go of the past and move towards your future as soon as possible. Explore the idea that it's not what you know, but whom you know. You need to be more detached from the situation. Thinking outside the box will bring the solution. More pragmatism is called for. Improve your karma by doing some charitable work. And then the teaching of the card is Aquarius is the sign of invention, modern advances, and technology, and humanity. Its energy is a little brittle, it's individual, scientific even, and relatively emotionally detached. Many people think Aquarius is a water sign because the Aquarius symbol is the water bearer, but it's actually an air sign and is far more about intellect than the emotional water signs. As in the card, no matter when you draw it, dropping convention works well with this energy. And that means you just come home to yourself, your safe space, love yourself, and then you have to detach. I've done everything that I can possibly do. I'm doing everything I can to ground my ideas, bring it home, and then let it go. And trust that the universe sees what you're doing and it's going to weave its beautiful web and bring it home to you. And I'm living proof that it does actually happen, and it takes time, and there's no... People can say as many times as they want, just heal, just do this. You can't do it until you're ready. So you can try and force it and force it and force it, but then you're going to hold resentment, you're going to hold bitterness, and you're going to hold those, and you're not even going to understand why. And it's because you're not loving yourself through it. So the idea for my Pisces is bring it home. Always come back to yourself. Give yourself love in the situation. And no matter what, at the end of the day, when you can come back to that space, whether it's for 2 minutes or 20, find that safe space. Find that space inside yourself, and then just get quiet and listen. And listen. Dream big. Invite yourself to say, what would I do if I had the freedom to do it? And just dream. And then start finding ways to ground it in reality. And when you do all those ways and you take those action steps that you know that you've learned throughout the way, when you take those action steps, you're going to bring it in no matter what. Because the universe is going to say to you, okay, I've done everything. Now you can't chase it. You're doing everything you can, and you have to release it and let it go and trust that the universe is going to bring you exactly what you've asked for. Okay, can I have an affirmation for my Pisces for the month of November? When I see good in others, I acknowledge it out loud. It's the easiest thing you can do to bring joy to somebody's world. It takes less than 2 seconds. It's a compliment. It's speaking someone's greatness into existence. When you start doing that for others, it's coming back to you, multiplied. It always will. And when you affirm it to the world, speak it out, the world's going to start showing you greatness in others. They're going to give you more to start speaking out about. So when you see it, you speak it out. I think you're amazing. You look beautiful today. I love that speech. You did phenomenal. Anything, that was really kind. Good manners for the kids. There's such simple things that you can speak out, but that just creates a positive ripple in this world. And I promise you, when you start doing it, all of a sudden you're going to start getting compliments from people, and you're going to be like, how did that happen? Where'd that come from? Because that's what you've been putting out into the universe. It's always going to come back multiplied. We're not putting it out to get back. We're putting it out because we care, because we genuinely want to see people do good. And nothing feels better than giving somebody a compliment or doing something nice for somebody. So doing that and affirming it is telling the universe that's what you want to see more of. So start affirming that, and then allow it to come to you and see it. Start saying it out in the world. It's going to come back to you always. Welcome, Angel. So that's all I have for my Pisces. Just remember, keep affirming your greatness. Come back to home as much as you possibly can. In those moments, even if it's 2 minutes, sitting with your coffee, sitting with your tea, and just taking that breath. I am here now. I am safe. I am worthy. I am enough. I am everything I need to be. And everything that is coming for me is going to be great. I'm going to learn. I'm going to become better, smarter, stronger, faster. Because I'm willing to learn, listen, and come from that safe space. And when you can get there and you love yourself through it, 949, stable foundations at the endings. All endings lead to new beginnings. And when they come from a 9, they're coming from a place of, I've learned everything I can learn out of this situation. And to me, that's really, really important, because when you've learned everything you can from that situation, that means you get to upgrade to a new cycle, to a new lesson, and you remember everything you've learned from the past ones, because now you get to use them. And every time you use them to learn from something, you become safer in your own self, in your own skin, in your own body. You become safer, you become more confident, more empowered, more able to make those decisions without questioning yourself. You know, this is what I feel in my heart, this is what I know, and I feel 100% confident doing it. You're going to do it. And the more you do that, the more you empower yourself. But you can't do it if you're stuck in survival mode, if you're stuck in negativity, if you're stuck in lack. You can be angry, feel it, because if you're angry, that means someone crossed your boundaries, and you have every right to feel it. But then you need to validate it, and you need to see and start asking questions with yourself. Why am I angry? Why has that made me angry? And it's okay to check yourself, good, bad, or ugly. Healing is never pretty, but the end result is phenomenal. The leaps and bounds that you can take, but you got to get to that place of peace, that safe space. That's all I have for my Pisces. I love you guys, and remember, we're coming home. That's your safe space. Find it, be there, don't ever leave it as much as you can. I know the world is worlding, and there's always going to be things to take you out of that. But for real, if you can, even 2 minutes out of your day, 2 minutes here, 2 minutes there, 5 minutes there, just find that center. Take that breath and say, from here, I am safe, and I am grateful, and I am happy, and I have everything I could ever need and want. And just allow all of those things to start coming to you. Keep yourself in that mindset as many times, 100 times a day if you have to. It doesn't take much. Really, it truly doesn't. Okay, I love you guys. I hope this helps. If you didn't catch the live and you want to go check it out, I always post them on my YouTube at Creatively Guided. And when I post them, I'll post some of these clips too. I'll post the link to this specific one for Pisces. I'm learning how to get all that techie stuff done, but we're getting there. Remember, Creatively Guided on YouTube. You can always watch the replay. I love you guys. Have a good day.